Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear viewers of ZMC TV channel. I was invited by this very prestigious institution to come and say a few words which they wanted me to say about living with the Quran. I'm so thankful to the producer and director of this TV, a fellow lawyer, Chaudhry Zahid Mushtaq. He very kindly asked me, and I very humbly accepted it and said that I will come and speak to his viewers. Living with the Quran is a subject which actually Quran came to live with it. Quran Hakim came as a guidance to the mankind and came on the pure heart of the Prophet, who was going to be the last prophet in the line of all other prophets before him, amounting to about 124,000. And he was to be the last brick in the castle and palace of the prophethood, Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And you know it came, why did it come? To tell the human beings that I have come to teach you. Ya'lamu allama bil qalam, to teach the mankind with the pen. Allama ma'alam ya'lam, and to teach that which they did not know before. So that is the beauty of Quran, to give the human beings the knowledge so that they begin to live. Now I have to give you the background, what was before that. There was Old Testament, New Testament, the Gospels of Abraham and Moses and everybody else, other prophets. And Zabur of Hazrat Dawood, Torah of Hazrat Musa, and then Old Testament embodying a lot of Gospels of other prophets who came from time to time. And at that time was the time of showing the miracles to people so that they can get impressed and follow the prophets. But as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has planned, that He was going to send the last prophet who would speak, upon whom I will reveal Quran, and the Quran will be the guidance for them to live with. In that respect, what happened was this: the Arabic language in which this Quran came, by the time Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam came in this world, some 1437, 38 years ago, maybe 40, what had happened by then was that the language, Arabic language, which had its sister language, which was Hebrew and Assyrian, the Arabic language developed in human society with such precision that it formed the shape of almost like scientific arithmetic, from word to word, and how they can be driven from one and how they can be turned and how they can be done, so that the speaker can convey his full message to the people. with that viewpoint in mind, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allowed the Arabic language to develop into the most beautiful method of communicating with the mankind. And then, by then, what has happened? They had become very proud that we have the best language, and they would call the rest of the world Ajami, the dumb people who have nothing to say. Well, I think they were right in a way that when you have about 800 words for the lion, 700 words for the sword, and similarly so many words for all of these things, and then they must be saying that the rest of the world has got nothing to say. But it's the Arabic language which can deal with every situation, when it's to be called Asad, when it's to call him Namir, and things like that. Now, this in mind, the people who were Arabic-speaking people, they became very proud. And they say, we have achieved the best methods of communication and nobody can supersede us. Once that happened, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala brought Prophet in front and revealed such book on him that eventually that Quran saying that we have revealed this book in Arabic language so that la'allakum ta'qilun, so that you can get some understanding and become wise. And when that was happening, then people started saying, well, it is the dialogue of a man, nothing to do, that it is not revealed to him, or no angel brings to him, or it is not, comes onto his heart either. Well, in that case, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala challenged the rest of the mankind, including the Arabs. He said, okay, fine. You are very proud of your language, and you know what we say, nobody else can say. There it is. Go and bring one chapter like Quran and ask the jinns to help you and all the mankind. Other than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, seek help from any source in the universe and bring one chapter like Quran chapter. In kuntum swadiqeen, if you are amongst the truthful ones. No, that was the background and why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala chose the last prophet to have a talking miracle. Quran is a talking miracle. Why? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wanted the mankind now to begin to understand the deen and the message of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and particularly that He is the only deity in the universe who is worthy of to be worshipped. And that was actually the intention behind that. And then the intention was also to help the mankind to benefit and multiply the profits and the gains from within their own self. And why it was so? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said to the angels, Inni ja'ilun fil ardi khalifa, I'm going to make a representative of mine, the representative who would mirror the actual creator and show mercy, forgiveness, love and everything. So that was. So having made human being, said this, and then it is like a computer, human machine is, a biological computer, in which there are hard parts and there are soft parts. And in there, the soft parts were the applications, the instincts, and I call them the energies of the man. And those energies amounting to about 126, or maybe a bit more now, because the time has passed on. They were to be there. They include hunger for power, hunger for wealth, hunger to become famous, hunger to have so many wives, and money and status in the society, anger, jealousy, greed, all these sorts of things. They were the applications, the energies of the man which this man was going to live with. And the whole idea behind sending the Quran was to send them how to control and use these energies. And that is what Quran came for. That is what Quran came for. And in Surah Yunus, verse, I think that I haven't marked it, but I can quickly go to that. I think I can, inshallah. Yes. And this is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in Surah Yunus. It's verse 57 and 58 I am going to use. And this speaks the word. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا أيها الناس قد جاءتكم موعظة من ربكم وشفاء لما في الصدور وهدى ورحمة للمؤمنين. O the mankind, when this advice has come to you, referring to the instructions of the Quran, have come to you from your Rabb, from your Lord. وَشِفَاءٌ لِمَا فِي الصُّدُورِ. There is healing and shifa for the hearts of people. وَهُدًى وَرَحْمَةٌ رَحْمَةٌ لِلْمُؤْمِنِينَ. And those who believe in it and becomes the follower of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and believing in the Quran, and for them there is also mercy and guidance in it, so that they can live their life beautifully, and rahmah, mercy and blessings, so that they live comfortably. If you don't have barakah, if you don't have rahmah, if you don't have mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and if you don't have blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, no matter how richer you are, you can never ever lead a peaceful life. And I remember my mother used to say, Rita, my son, I don't want a lot of money, but I do need blessings. Even they are very little. They will help me to lead my life and spend my life beautifully. That was Quran, and this is Quran. And then it carries on to say in verse 58, قُلْ بِفَضْلِ اللَّهِ وَبِرَحْمَتِهِ فَبِذَلِكَ فَلْيَفْرَحُوا هُوَ خَيْرٌ مِمَّا يَجْمَعُونَ. And O Prophet, say it to them, to people, that this advice and instruction in the form of Quran has come to you as with his blessings and with his bountiful of beneficial aspects of personality to benefit the mankind. And that, if that has happened to you, then Quran says, Quran has come to you as blessings, and with the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, فَلْيَفْرَحُوا. Thus, rejoice, glorify thy Lord, and be happy. And then Quran carries on to say about itself, it says, Huwa khayrun mimma yajma'un. And that this Quran is better than what you accumulate in life. Gold, silver, diamonds, power, palaces, land, fame, or whatever. This is, the Quran is Huwa khayrun mimma yajma'un. Quran is better than whatever you accumulate in life. This is what Quran was, and this is what Quran is, and this is what Quran will remain. Now, living with it, it began with, as I told you, to persuade people, not through these miracles of bringing the sky down and taking the earth on the top. No, by word of mouth, telling them in their own language, there is only one God. It all started from there. We have to begin to live with one God. And that one God is Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in, the only one which we must pray and worship, and the only one which we must ask for help, and nobody else. No exclusion of all others. Just asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help us when we need any help. And I have seen in life, we all need help. We all need help, and we need it all the time. Without His help, we cannot do anything, we cannot achieve anything, and we cannot make anything. So this is what it began with, living with the Quran, and that was one. And then what it said, now rest. Quran is full of the concepts for our lives, how must we live. And Allama Iqbal, who was the student at Lincoln's Inn, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala granted me the opportunity to become a student of Lincoln's Inn in London, he said, what is it? Yaqeen muhkam, amal payham, muhabbat fatih ala. जहादी जिंदगानी में हैं ये मर्दों की शमशीर. Faith, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, فَلْيَتَوَكَّلُوا وَإِنَّ اللَّهُ يُحِبُّ الْمُتَوَكِّلِينَ. O Prophet, you put your faith in Allah, and Allah loves those who put their faith in Allah. The Yawm al-Yaqeen. Quran has time and again reminded the Prophet, the Yaqeen, the certainty and faith in Allah to place all your problems and your gains and everything on the threshold of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and saying, Hada min fadli Rabbi. Yes, this is by the blessings of my Lord, His beneficial beauties. And then, having said that, the faith and certainty is established, and then time and again Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, wherever He said that, He says in Surah Al-Asr, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, wal asri, innal insana lafi khusr. By the time, innal insana lafi khusr, indeed, definitely, the mankind is in the loss. Illa allazina amanu, except those who become believers. Wa amilu salihati, and do the good and pious and righteous deeds. وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالْحَقِّ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالصَّبْرِ. And then they establish haqq, truth, speak truth, stand by the truth, and stand steadfastly in patience, having faith in Allah. Allah, here I am, standing by the truth. It's now up to you, whatever you make of me. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala never makes anything other than what He says, that I am with those who speak the truth, who stand by the truth. And Allah ta'ala always is with them. So bearing these things in mind, so we came from one Allah, then yaqeen in this book, and then the amal, living with the Quran, is doing what Quran is saying to do. And I said it, be generous, be merciful. And then again, everywhere Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala telling us how much you earn your money. Rizq tayyib. How much you then spend it on your parents, fi sabilillah, on the travelers who have come your way, the poor, the widow, the orphans, the neighbors, wherever you can spend that money which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given you. And even if you do not have any money to spend, if you have only one date with you, share it the one who may be in dire need of it. Nowadays, those who really have certain sorts of illnesses where they have to put something in mouth. And therefore, what is happening here is this, that this constant reminder in Quran Hakim that how much you live with this is the action, amal. All those injunctions and prohibitions and orders and whatever the guidance is given in the Quran Hakim, that was there to be applied in practice. And if you don't apply in practice, and you keep it on the shelf, and when you are marrying your daughter with a gentleman, and when she is leaving your home, and you just put the Quran on her head and say, Quran protects you, but throughout in your life you haven't taught her how much she lived with the Quran. What scenario is that? I find it very distasteful. We take a short break and we come back.